Professor Aris Thorne was a man of science. He dreamed of worlds unseen by human eyes. Not distant stars nor galaxies afar, but the tiny realms hidden within matter. The universe of the atom called to him. He spent his life preparing for this quest, to journey where no one had gone before, to see the building blocks of everything. He built a special ship for this adventure. He named it the Quantum Naught, a fitting title. Years were spent in his quiet laboratory, designing, building, testing every part. This was no ordinary exploration craft. It used principles of quantum physics to manipulate its size, its very scale. It could shrink down smaller than a speck of dust, smaller even than a single living cell, a marvel of human ingenuity. The Quantum Naught was compact yet powerful. Its hull shimmered with an ethereal glow. Inside, instruments hummed with readiness. Professor Thorne's mission was clear and bold. He aimed to observe atoms directly, to witness molecules in their natural dance. The day for departure finally arrived. The adventure was about to begin. Professor Thorne initiated the shrinking sequence. A soft, whirring sound filled the Quantum Naught's cabin. He looked out of the main viewport. The familiar laboratory began to expand. His workbench, once close, now towered above. Tools and equipment grew to giant sizes. The ship itself was becoming smaller. Miniaturization was proceeding as planned. He felt a slight pressure, then nothing. The world outside continued its transformation. Dust motes floating in the air appeared. They were like colossal, craggy asteroids. The Quantum Naught navigated carefully past them. Air itself was no longer invisible. He could perceive individual gas molecules, nitrogen and oxygen, rushing past the ship. His target was a simple glass of water, sitting innocently on the nearby bench. To the shrinking Quantum Naught it was an ocean. The ship, now smaller than a grain of pollen, approached the surface of the water. It plunged in with a barely perceptible ripple. He was entering a new, liquid universe. Professor Thorne focused on a single water molecule, its familiar chemical symbol H2O, two hydrogen atoms, smaller spheres bonded to a larger oxygen atom. They formed that distinctive V-shape. The Quantum Naught circled one such molecule. It was beautiful in its simplicity, yet this structure was fundamental to life, the basis of oceans, clouds, and us. He observed the interactions between molecules. They constantly attracted and repelled each other. Hydrogen bonds, he knew them to be, flickering connections, forming and breaking. This gave water its unique properties, its fluidity, its ability to dissolve things. It was a delicate, energetic dance, a cosmic ballet on a minuscule stage. The professor decided to explore an oxygen atom, one of the components of the water molecule. He steered the Quantum Naught closer. The atom loomed before him, immense. Its scale, from his current perspective, was vast, like a miniature sun, but without the light. He braced himself for the unknown within. The Quantum Naught passed into the oxygen atom. It navigated the region of the electron cloud. Professor Thorne tried to see an electron, but they were not little specks, like planets. They behaved as both particles and waves, sometimes here, sometimes there, never truly fixed. He saw shimmering regions of probability, places where an electron was likely to be. A beautiful, ever-shifting pattern of energy. This was the true nature of the electron's home. The electrons themselves were elusive dancers. They did not follow predictable orbits, not like planets around a central star. Instead, they existed in energy levels. They could jump between these levels instantly, a quantum leap without traveling the space between. Professor Thorne marveled at this strangeness. The rules of the everyday world did not apply here. This was the quantum realm, ruled by chance, and the very act of observing could change things. He piloted the Quantum Naught deeper, towards the very heart of the atom, the nucleus, incredibly small yet massive. It appeared as a dense cluster, protons and neutrons packed tightly together. He learned that protons and neutrons themselves were made of even smaller particles, quarks. Professor Thorne had seen incredible sights. The journey had changed his understanding. Matter was mostly empty space, he confirmed. Solid objects were an illusion of scale. Reality at its most fundamental level was governed by probability, not certainty. The universe was far more subtle than our everyday experience suggests. These insights filled him with profound wonder. A new appreciation for the cosmos. With a sense of deep fulfillment, he began his return. The quantum naught started its rescaling sequence. The atomic world began to recede. The nucleus shrank, then the electron clouds. Water molecules grew smaller, then disappeared. The vast ocean of the water droplet became just a droplet once more. He passed the giant dust motes again. The laboratory slowly returned to its normal size. The quantum naught settled gently on its launch pad. Professor Thorne emerged into his familiar lab. Everything looked the same as he had left it, yet everything felt different, transformed.